Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video I'll be talking about the important tips and tricks for your Honor 9N. So guys, in this video I'll be just talking about most important tips and tricks and maybe covering few features. So if you want to know more about all the features offered by this phone, check out my video on best features of Honor 9N, link will be in the description. Now with that said, first I'll start off with camera related features. Now this is the interface for the rear camera, and you can swipe from the right side for all these different settings, and you can swipe from the left side for all the different modes. Now to take portrait shots on this phone, you need to enable this particular toggle. Now make sure this particular toggle is enabled. Otherwise, even if you are in the portrait mode, even if this toggle is enabled, if this is disabled, it will take a regular picture. So make sure this toggle is enabled. Next, in this portrait mode, you get a blurred background effect if it can recognize a human face. So this mode basically works on humans, that too if it can recognize a face. Now if you want to take a portrait shot of a car, bike or any other object, you need to use the aperture mode. So for that, enable this particular toggle. Now in this mode, we can change the aperture as well. So we can simply swipe left or right to change the aperture. That's the amount of background blur effect you want. If you keep it high, you will get very less background blur effect, and if you keep it low, entire background will be blurred. So using this feature, we can change the amount of background blur effect we get before taking a picture. And even after taking a picture, we can just go to the gallery application, click this button over here, and then change the focus point like this, and even change the amount of background blur effect using this slider over here. This is another cool feature of wide aperture mode. Next, I'll be showing you some super handy gestures. Now this is the interface for the front facing camera, and once again, if you want to take a portrait shot, make sure this particular toggle is enabled, and once again make sure this toggle over here is also enabled. Otherwise, as you can see, you won't get the bokeh effect. Now I'll show you all the camera gestures on this phone. For that, simply swipe left from the right corner, you get this menu. First, let's try audio control. Just enable it, now go back. Now say cheese to take a picture. Cheese. Shoot. Cheese. So cheese works and shoot doesn't. Next we have touch to capture. Just enable the toggle. Now you can touch the preview window to take a picture. There you go. Next we have capture smiles. Just enable this. Now go back. Now smile at your camera to take a picture. Maybe you don't have to make that weird expression, but it captures the picture. Now finally we have gesture control. Now you can simply show your palm to take a picture. And then your phone takes a picture in 2 seconds. It is actually quite handy for taking selfies. So guys, those are all the gestures, and even for the rear camera we have almost all of them. Now going on next, I'll show you how to hide this notch. Now the notch design is one of the highlighting features of this phone, but for some reason if you don't like it, you can go to the display settings, then select notch and select the second option to hide the notch. Now we get a completely black background for the notch, and it's kinda hidden. Now going on next, if you want an app drawer on your default launcher, this is what you can do. Just go to settings, once again select display settings, then select home screen style, and then select the second option. Once you do that, you get an app drawer on your default launcher. Now this is definitely very convenient, but if you really want an app drawer, I suggest you to install Nova Launcher, which comes with tons of customization. But if you want something inbuilt, here we go. Now for a quick tip, while watching videos on YouTube, you can do a pin gesture to go full screen. Now you get a much more immersive experience, and the black borders on the left and right side are completely hidden. Now as you can see, we are taking complete advantage of the screen, but still the notch area is completely blacked out. So we are losing some screen real estate. And for most of the applications, whether it's playing games or regular applications, this notch area is always in black, and most of the time we are not able to use the entire screen. That's kind of a con with this phone. Now for some more quick tips, in the lock screen you can swipe from the bottom for some additional features. So the first one is for audio recording, next we have calculator, next we have the toggle for torch, and it simply works. There's no learning curve to it. Next we have timer, and finally we have a QR code reader. There you go. Now this phone also has a wallpaper carousel, so to change the lock screen wallpaper, simply swipe up from the bottom, and you can swipe left or right to change the different wallpapers. If you like something, you can hit the like button. You can also download this wallpaper, and you can even pause this to make this wallpaper stick. So that's a pretty nice feature. Now going on next, I'll show you how to use split screen mode. Now this is very common, you might have already known about it. So if you want to use two applications at the same time, you can open the first application and then press and hold the recent apps button. Once you do that, the current application will open in the top window, and then you can select the secondary application from the list below. I'll just open YouTube. Now there's a button at the center, you can swipe it up or down to resize these applications. And if you click it, you get additional options. The first one is to simply swap the top and bottom applications, and the second option is to close the bottom application. You can also get a similar effect by simply dragging this button totally bottom to use the top application or totally up to use the bottom application. Now split screen mode has been on Android for a very long time, but still all the applications do not support it. So to fix that, or to make all applications support split screen mode, this is what you need to do. Go to settings, then select system, now select about phone, now click the build number 7 times, and then the developer options will be enabled. Now go back and scroll down and select developer options. Now scroll all the way to the bottom and enable force activities to be resizable. Now once you do that and restart your phone, you will be able to use all applications in split screen mode, which is something you should definitely do. Now for some more quick tips, if you want to display the battery percentage and network speed on the status bar, you need to go to settings, then select app and notification. Now select notification and status bar. From here select battery percentage, then select next to battery icon. Once you do that, you can see the battery percentage beside the battery icon. And if you want to display the network speed over here, enable this toggle. Now this phone also has an LED notification light, and if you want to use it, make sure this toggle is enabled, and if you don't want to use the LED notification light, disable it. I personally like to keep it on. Now for some quick tricks, this phone has a lot of fingerprint gestures. To enable them, go to settings, now select security, now select fingerprint ID. From here, enable all these toggles. I'll show you all of them in a second. Now in the default camera application, you can touch and hold the fingerprint scanner to take a picture. I can simply touch and hold to take a picture. In the same way, we can start or stop video recording by using the fingerprint scanner. To start recording, simply touch and hold, and it will start recording. And to stop it, once again touch and hold. Now in the gallery application, you can swipe the fingerprint scanner left or right to change the current picture. So here we go. So without even touching the display, just by swiping the fingerprint scanner left or right, you can change the pictures. Next, this one also has the gesture to pull down the notification bar using the fingerprint scanner. You can simply swipe up or down on the fingerprint scanner to pull down the notification bar. Now this is definitely my favorite feature on this phone. And coming back to the settings. Now besides all that, we can also answer calls and stop alarms using the same fingerprint scanner. Just make sure you enable all these toggles to use all the fingerprint gestures. Next, I'll show you how to take a screenshot. Now like with any other phone out there, you can press the volume down and power button both at the same time to take a screenshot. Simply press and hold to take a screenshot. Now for some reason, if that's a little hard for you, you can go to the toggles and you have a dedicated toggle to take a screenshot. Once you click it, your phone will take a screenshot. Now if even this is a bit hard for you and you take a lot of screenshots and you need something handy, you can go to settings, then select smart assistant, then select motion control. Now select 3-finger screenshot and enable this toggle. Once you do that, you can swipe down using 3 fingers to take a screenshot, and it literally works everywhere. No matter what you're doing or where you are, you can simply swipe down using 3 fingers to take a screenshot. Now for some reason, if you want to take a longer screenshot, maybe a screenshot of this web page, first take a regular screenshot. You can use the buttons, toggle or the gesture. I'll use the gesture. Now click scroll shot. Once you do that, your phone will scroll the page automatically and take a long screenshot. Next, if you want to record calls automatically on your phone, open the phone dialer, then press this button over here, then go to settings, then select call recording. Then scroll down and select automatically record calls and enable this toggle. Once you do that, all the calls will be recorded automatically on your phone. Next, we have a feature called Wi-Fi Bridge. Now to access that feature, you need to literally search for it. I guess Bridge will do it. You can search for Wi-Fi Bridge or simply Bridge and you will find it. Now using this feature, you can share your existing Wi-Fi connection with other devices. It is just like mobile hotspot, but instead of your mobile data, it will share the existing Wi-Fi connection. Next, I'll show you how to change your default browser, launcher and literally anything on your phone. For that, go to settings, then select app notification, then select default apps. From here, you can change your default launcher. Let's say you have installed Nova launcher, we need to come over here, select launcher and then change your default launcher from here. Similarly, if you want to change your default messaging application, you can do it from here. In the same way, if you want to change your default browser, email application or anything, you can do it from here. Now for the final tip, if you want to share any kind of data like pictures, images or files between two Honor phones or two Huawei phones, you can use this feature called Huawei Share. You can find the toggle in the notification area, and if you can't find it, you can press this edit button and pull it up from the list below. Now we have the Huawei Share over here, and once you enable it on two Huawei or Honor phones, you can share anything over Wi-Fi just like on Share It very easily. Now on the left side I have the Honor 9N, and on the right side I have the Huawei's Nova 3. Now let me just enable Huawei Share on both phones. Now if I want to transfer this long screenshot from this phone to this phone, I can simply select Share and this phone will show up in this area over here. Now I can simply select that and we'll get a pop-up on the right side phone. Just select Accept and that image will be downloaded on the Nova 3. So using this Huawei Share feature, we can easily transfer files between two Honor phones and Huawei phones. So here's the long screenshot. Now this Huawei Share feature is really awesome, but it only works on Huawei and Honor phones. So that's the only drawback. So guys, these are all the important tips and tricks for your Honor 9N. If you want to know about all the features offered by this phone, check out my video on best features of Honor 9N, link will be in the description. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you're planning to buy this phone, please use the link in the description. It always helps the channel. And if you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with the hashtag #GreedyTech on Twitter and I'll try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.